I don't really understand what kind of console generation will be. There's games that will be connected with social, others that connect with tablets. What kind of console we will have? What do you think about it?
Next gen.
Yeah, next gen, definitely.
次世代で、まあ、いろんな発表を見てるんですけど、
その一歩手前のマルチデバイスも含めてそこが一番、注力していると思います。
For MGS5, ultimately we're going to be on the cloud. Well, that's where we see ourselves moving forward. But one step before that, we need to think about the multiple devices, whether it be the smartphones and tablets you just mentioned.
当然今までは、一番、次世代の特徴ではあると思います。
So I believe the appeal point of the next generation is that you can play video games anywhere, anytime, whether it be with tablets or consoles at home and on the road with smartphones and as well as tablets. And within NGS5, we feel that user-generated missions and enjoying the world of MGS5, it's going to be a lot more intensely diverse and deep once those tablets and smart devices get involved. People will be able to lay out their own missions as well.
例えばミッションで馬に乗ってどっかに行くで次の世代だと
For the next generation, I also feel that, for example, if you were to run your horse from point A to point B and post that on the social network and really share that for the world, other people can use that as a gauge. It's a race at one point now. So other users can challenge to beat that time and whatnot, and people are creating their own missions and really challenges within the MGS5 world. And how that spreads and how it is ultimately spread out through the world through these networks is what Next Gen is going to bring for us.
So, Metal Gear 5 will obviously feature a full open world, but which reasons do you have for this design decision? Is it because you like to play open world games?
今回は、なぜゲームデザインをオープンワールド
エンジンを作るときに、オープンワールドができるようなエンジンを作ってもらう。
Well, I always really wanted to do open world. Well, we just didn't have the tech to do it at the time, but now that we have Fox Engine and have started development, we wanted to go open world.
大体の僕の以前作ってたメタルギアもそうですけど、その自由度を使ってメタルギアを作りたいということでオープンワールドにしました。
FPSs and my past Metal Gears have been a linear, really much a rail that the level designer and designers have put together, and it moves forward in a very timely way. You can't really go forward, or you only can go forward, you can't go backwards. So in an open world, what makes it very unique is that now that only a game can do is really you just do missions one at a time and not move forward on a time basis. You get to enjoy it and ultimately enjoy the story all at once, which is not linear driven, it's open world now.
You've chosen Jack Bauer to be a new voice after the redacteur of Metal Gear, as you like to put cinematics in Metal Gear, and it's a very important part of the games. Is it a new step to cinema?
今回、キーファーを選んだ理由
俳優さんを全て取り込んでキャラクターを作るというところに変えたかったと思います。
It's not necessarily about cinematics. That with the next gen and just the tech in general getting a lot better, the expressions and the animations really stand out more. And the theme for this game is race, and there's a lot of different culture and a lot of different kind of people that are included in this game, and the expressions are very, very important to the story in the game itself. So once you look back, we are looking forward to having actors and actresses really perform the character as its own. So whether it be the face, the animations, and the body and the voice, we want to have one person do it ultimately in the future.
The overall Metal Gear story, from the very first Metal Gear through Metal Gear Solid through to this game, did you always have an idea what the overarching story would be, or did you write each new chapter with each new game? And oh, sorry.
メタルギアから、今の MGS5 まで。
新しく考えた作品
Well, I'm definitely not Lucas, but I don't. I write my stories in games, develop games, thinking it's my last each time. So I don't think about each. I don't think about sequels. I look to end each game when I direct it one at a time.
So what's the first game you really fell in love with?
初めて愛したゲーム。
スーパーマリオブラザーズゲームでしょ
はい。
スーパーマリオ
Super Mario Brothers.
愛したと言われるわ
Well, if you say loved, it's definitely that game.
最初にやったゲームは他にあります
Games I've played games before that, but the first one I ever loved was definitely Super Mario Brothers.
What are you playing? What video game are you playing actually?
実際ゲームやってますか？
でもゲームやる時間はないです
To be honest, I
作るだけ
don't have time to really play games right now. I'm just developing.
Yeah, I saw just the presentation at the Microsoft conference, and you're probably the only game developer that is really make games against war. Do you feel alone in this sector?
MS カンファレンス見ました。おめでとうございます。今回
Sorry,
Oh, yes.
consider that the game became more and more realistic. So now they just look like news on television.
その最近は技術も上がって、やっぱり他のゲームは戦争だけで殺しない。
その市民権は得ましたけど、何かを語るっていうことはまだできてないと思います
So first of all, yes, it's a lonely place to be in, being the only person that really does this. But when I look at it, the consoles and technology have really advanced throughout the years, and if you look at the story and the interior of games, it hasn't changed since Super Mario Brothers. And I really wanted to bring the story and the design of games and the themes told in it a couple levels up to reach toward the generations as well. So this is why I chose themes like race and revenge and bring the industry up, because right now I feel that there's a lot of lack in the narrative and how it brings that into gaming.
Those themes that you always put in games like race and revenge, do you ponder whether to what you want to say about those, or is it a decision where you think, no, I want to say something about this, or is it something you have to think very carefully about?
実際のレース復習を書く前
ということで作っています
So in the past games that I've made, I've always had a theme, and ultimately builds up to what I feel is the foundation of what I wrote is race and revenge. And the foundation of all this is race. All the battles and wars that are happening are about race and differences in culture and people, and that's what causes indifferences and the retaliation back and forth. And in order to make my story complete, this is an obstacle I couldn't skip, and I had to write this.
My question would have to be that first, let me just say, MGS5, you're using the new Fox engine, which is your engine. Congratulations, it looks fantastic. And they recently made an announcement that Pro Evolution Soccer will also be supporting the Fox engine. Are you looking at the other franchises to also utilize this engine?
はい、今エンジンの話ですね。今 MGS5 が
非常に僕ら負担が大きくなるので、そこは考えていません
Yes, we do want to have the engine used internally in Konami, whether we pass in other franchises. That's why we made it, and it will be like that. But licensing-wise, externally, of Konami, that's not something that we're looking at right now. It'd be a lot of work for us in general, and we want to keep developing games, so I think we'd stay away from that.
Any chance of a new Zone of the Enders?
そういう新しいのありますか？
作ろうとしてたんですけど今ちょっと保留なんです。
Right now it's in hiatus.
And just